When I started the poetry unit, everything has been focused around figurative language and sound devices. Most of that is Common Core Standard 8.RL.4. So the number here shows how many times I've assessed that standard. One thing I'm trying differently to work now is instead of using this as a final assessment, but I'm trying to use it as an assessment, an ongoing assessment to track kids' progress. So if I look at where I've assessed this standard, it shows me that I've had 4 assessments for this standard. 1 of them have not been given yet. 3 of them have. These are each one of the tests. If you look at the bottom numbers show me how many kids tested remedial, how many kids tested near mastery, and how many kids tested mastery. As you see, it's color-coded on the side and individually. On the first time, the pre-test, when I tested figurative language and sound devices, kids showed 0 mastery, 0 near mastery, and 22 remedial. The second time, which is approximately 3 days later, it was 0 mastery, 0 near mastery, and 22 remedial. The third time, which was approximately 3 days later, which was today, I tested and I would redo the video, but that's typical life. So 2 of them currently tested as mastery, 7 of them tested near mastery, and 15 of them tested remedial. Granted, 15 is not a number to be happy with remedial at all, but as I'm using this to progress through the unit, I'm seeing at least a progression from how many of them are mastery, how many of them near mastery is increasing, and how many of them are remedial is decreasing. So hopefully going into the next one, I have a new standard. I'm looking for, my goal is to have less than 10 kids remedial and more than 10 kids either mastering or near mastering. I am also using this, if I look here, I can pull up the assessment I gave them. Actually, that's not the right place to go. If I go to any kid, I'm not sure why I have to go through a kid, but I haven't figured out another way yet, and I view the assessment, I can go to an item analysis, and if I pull that up, it'll show me for each question how the kids fared. So with this one, I could tell, okay, questions number 2, 5, 4, and 6, half or more than half the class got it right. Questions number 1 and 3, the majority of the class got it wrong. So those are the ones I need to start with. And when I looked, I realized that question number 1 involves them identifying usage first and then figuring out what type of figurative language was being used. Number 3 was a question about intended audiences, or what is a commonality between various works by a poet. So those are the 2 things that I need to focus on the most, I'm feeling, between this assessment and the next one, and hopefully that'll show an improvement.